Go ahead, Randy.
Steve, I think you touched on this a bit the last time we talked to you, but how do you teach and try to win while facing four top 10 teams, three first team all preseason All-American players? How do you teach and win at the same time?
You got to have great basketball character. I think that's the biggest thing I've talked to our team about. I think number one, connection. Number two, investment. Number three, trust. Number four, we've got great kids. We just got our academic semester grades. They did a great job. We got great kids, but you got to have basketball character as well as strong character as men. And you got to have humility. And I told if there's two things they can always take with them, it's humility and wisdom as they go forward. But I think basketball character to understand where, hey, it's December 10th. We're in the middle of a pandemic. We've got new guys. We got young guys. We got some returners. There hasn't been the scrimmages, exhibitions. If you look at the teams that have a lot of returning guys, they're playing really well right now. Guys that have a lot of new guys, you hear from whether it's, maybe Duke or whoever may be that, a lot of some of the teams with youth and new guys, they're going through a learning curve and a learning process right now. And that's to be, that's understood, but your basketball character's got to be really good to where you understand, hey, we got to learn, we got to continue to grow, we got to get better. And how better can we get over the next couple of weeks as we move into January and February? I talked to, my staff a lot. You look at, I think it was Providence last year. They got off to a tough start. And Coach Cooley did a great job of kind of staying the course. And, man, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but they ended up really flipping it and playing really well down the stretch and made himself a tournament team. But I think, basketball character, you look around, I mean, there's a lot of teams, whether it's the Blue Bloods or other really good high major programs or great mid-major programs that when you got youth and, some inexperience, you're going to go through some growing pains, and that's where the basketball character has got to kick in.
Our next question comes from Travis Hines of the Ames Tribune. Go ahead, Travis.
Steve, I think Iowa's pick your poison inside out offense was on display on Tuesday. I guess what's just your thoughts on trying to contain Garza and guard the 3-point line?
Well, they're really good, and that's a credit to Fran, and that's a credit to those guys. They've done a great job. They've stayed together. Obviously they had a really good team last year. They bring all 5 starters back, and when you bring guys back and you're old at this level, you have a chance to have special years and really good teams. Garza, obviously it starts with Garza, with his size, with his physicality. He's had an amazing run over there. So we've got to first make it really tough on him to catch as best that you can do that and then bring help when needed. And then number two, when you look at Bohannon, when you look at Wieskamp, when you look at Frederick, some people say, call different people shooters. To me, I think they're ball guards. I think those 3 guys are just really good basketball players to where they can dribble it, they can pass it, they can shoot it. They've got experience, senior, 5th-year senior, junior, that's got a chance to play for a long, long time. And then Frederick, that's had a great freshman year last year. So they had 17 threes between the 3 of them the other day. I think the activity on the defensive end is going to be the biggest key. We got to keep stressing activity every 4 minutes, really be active on the ball, really make them bounce it. And then we've got to kind of like our defensive drill and practice, advantage, disadvantage. You're going to be in disadvantaged situations against them a lot if you're going to try to make them bounce it or you're going to bring help to Garza, and you got to be able to recover and run them off the line, and you're going to be in scrambled situations. But if you're going to be good defensively, you're going to guard them, you got to make multiple effort plays every possession.
After the South Dakota State game, I think is when it was, or maybe before DePaul, we talked about how the defense kind of got disconnected against South Dakota State. I mean, how dangerous can that be against a team that, is going to be able to score on you at multiple positions?
It's real dangerous. I think we all know that. But I mean, it's early in the year, and some people hear different teams. I watch these games at night, or I have when I'm watching film at night in my chair, and I've got different games playing. You listen to the commentators talk about what coaches say about team A, B, C, or D, whoever it may be, of what they're going through. We just like I talked to our team about, we need to make a step from an activity and energy standpoint defensively, of really guarding the basketball, of really making multiple effort plays, and then trying to finish plays. I think a big thing up there, though, or over there, excuse me, is can we play with great tempo, great shot selection, and great pace? That's going to be key, man. I thought if we look at South Dakota State game, the frustrating thing was when you look at it, when we wanted to go inside out and really establish solid. When we did that, we had good things. When we rushed it, when we took quick threes, we ran bad offense. We've got guys, we got 4 or 5 guys, I think, that are capable of shooting it at a high level, but we got to be efficient in the way we do that. And so I think controlling tempo, getting multiple ball reversals, playing inside out, I think that's key. 4 minutes at a time.
Any chance for Trey on tomorrow, or is he still out?
No, he's out for a little bit.
All right, thank you.
Our next question comes from Ben Visser of the Cedar Rapids Gazette. Go ahead, Ben.
Hey, Coach, what was Sunday like, and how have you seen your guys respond from that whole situation?
Man, obviously unique, but I think you've got to understand what we're dealing with in a pandemic. It's amazing where we're at right now, and that's a credit to our kids. It's a credit to administrators and the doctors and athletic staff and support staff that we have here at Iowa State. I think they've done a phenomenal job with our athletes, and our athletes have done a great job. But, we had COVID testing at 2. We play at 5. Usually I get to the game about 2 hours, maybe an hour, 45 minutes before. But because we had COVID testing at 2, I got there a little bit later than normal, about 3:30. And I never bump into my trainer on the ramp. So when I saw him on the ramp walking down, I said, man, something's going on. And so, once I finished talking to him, I knew it was probably a pretty good chance we weren't going to play the game. And so I thought, number one, I thought our guys handled it really well. We scrimmaged for about 20 minutes that night since they were already there and dressed and taped. And then we kept our same routine. We were trying to see if there was a possibility of Maya playing, a good opponent here on Tuesday. It didn't work out. And so, Monday morning, we just made the decision to kind of stay to our weekly schedule that we had going into the Iowa game, where Monday we were off, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we prep for Iowa, and then get ourselves better as well. And but I think our guys, they've handled everything well. They've been great. They've been resilient. And now we just got to continue to grow. But those landscape's ever changing. And so you just got to take it a day at a time, and you just got to understand what you're dealing with. And, this is a great opportunity for us to go play a really, really good team. You only get so many chances. I told the team yesterday, there's only so many games you play really in your career that are moment games. And this is a moment game. They're really good. They're 3rd in the country, deservingly so. And, we got to go over there and play well.
Thank you.
Once again, if you have a question for Coach Prohm, please use the raise hand button in your participants panel. And our next question comes from Randy Peterson of the Des Moines Register. Go ahead, Randy.
Steve, is it fair to say that, looking positive, like I always do, is it fair to say that you won't play a better team this year and you won't face a better opponent this year, so it's all downhill after Friday?
Oh, that's not fair to say. I mean, you seen Baylor play? So, our league's got 5 teams in the top 15 in the country, doesn't it? And so, and obviously you look at, obviously the Big Ten is loaded 1 through whatever this year. Obviously they're going to be one of the best teams we play all season long. There's no question about it. But I think the Big 12 is a phenomenal league. It's 5 of the last 7 years we've been the number 1 league in the country. The other 2 years the league's been number 2. And so, to say that would be selling a lot of teams in our league short. But obviously tremendous respect for Iowa. Understand how good they are. Fran's done a phenomenal job building this team, and they got older guys and guys that know how to win, and guys that they play with a chip on their shoulder and they play with an edge. And so obviously great respect, and they are no question deserving of their ranking.
Thank you.
And those are all the questions we have for you, Coach. Thanks for your time.
Thanks.